What's up, everybody? Okay, here's part 3 to the implications of the Sundial experiment video. Something I forgot to mention in the last two videos about the Sundial experiment implications is that because of the distance, 3.5 that way, 3.5 that way, making 7 kilometers between both horizons, right? Uh, it brings up the question, what are uh, it it uh, it brings up the question, what are the limits? uh, where's the barrier, basically? Where where does the edge of space, like this, it's not empty, but I'm just going to call it empty space, the empty space, and or maybe it is, I don't I don't know. Where does the machine begin? Where does the machine begin? Because if the sun's traveling a distance, if it's traveling a distance and then disappearing for 40,000 kilometers in 12, what's supposed to be 40,000 kilometers over 12 hours, uh, then at what point, I know it's the horizon, like it goes over the horizon and disappears, but because of the math, I know that's what we're looking at, but because of the math, it suggests there's something else happening here. It suggests that there's that it kind of suggests that it traveling that other 39,993 kilometers isn't what's happening, that it's doing something else during that 12 hours. You get what I'm saying? That it's somewhere else doing something else during that 12 hours, and at some point, at a certain distance, it is doing that. You get what I'm saying? So it comes up at the eastern horizon, right? And travels for 12 hours across what I'm guesstimating is about 7 kilometers, and then disappearing again, right? So there has to be something there. There has to be somewhere there's a barrier, somewhere there's a wall, somewhere there's a ceiling, somewhere there's, you know what I mean? Where is what are the limits of the space here? It kind of implies that my point is that this experiment also kind of implies that there is a limit, that there is a point where simulation meets machine, basically, and that's a distance away. That is a distance away from me. The thing is I suspect it is a set distance away from me. You know what I mean? Like as in, I'm centered. I would have to be centered within the allotted space, right? And the simulation moves around me, maybe, or something. I don't know. I'm in speculation now because I'm past the math that I've done. But the thing is that the math is because in order for this math to be possible, because I've measured it, then in order for the numbers that I've gotten to be possible, then a machine, a simulated machine thing has to exist with mechanisms and doors and things beyond understanding. You know what I mean? I'm inside a hologram. You know what I mean? so like what are the limitations of the hologram, I guess, and where does it meet machine? Where does it meet apparatus? You know what I mean? That was what I left out of the other two videos. I think that was the only thing I really left out of the other two videos is what are, since I measured it at a distance relative to the horizon, relative to a previous measurement, as well as myself, that gives orientation, that tells me where it is. It suggests that there's something happening at the horizon, that there's something happening at that horizon. Because there's math that doesn't line up with what we're told. So what are the limits of the simulation? What are the limits? Is where I'm getting. It's kind of what the whole point of all this math and experimentation is I'm trying to find, if I'm literally or figuratively in a box, I'll talk about a whole nother thing. The box brings up a whole nother video, but if I'm in a box, what are the limitations of this box? What are the dimensions of this box? What is the shape of this box? Is it even a box? Maybe it's a misshapen blob. Like, what are the point is, what are the limits of the thing that I am in? That we are in? That all of us are in? Whatever the reality of this actually is. What are the limitations? Where's the space? What's the shape? See you next time, guys. See you in the next one.